Two teen brides, one 15 years old, one 16, both with different reasons for marrying, with different outcomes and different opinions of the proposed Missouri law that would limit teens from saying "I do." Sheena Helm had a wedding gown, flowers, and a 3-tiered wedding cake. She was just 16 when she married her 20-year-old boyfriend.
I was a teenage girl. I was a brat. I thought I was in love. I was going to do what I was going to do.
She was divorced by 17.
And looking back, I realized I didn't know myself, much less how to be a wife, how to be in a relationship.
It was a courthouse ceremony for Caroline and Noah. This is her only photo after the ceremony.
I was 15 and Noah was 17. We fell in love, like people say, and we were best friends. We ended up getting pregnant and we got married.
Their parents were divided. Caroline's dad said no. Her mom, who had her at 16, understood.
And her and her husband drove from Alabama to Missouri and signed for us to get married.
The day we got married was actually the first time I ever even met her mom. That was interesting too. And then
Very interesting.
Then I kind of uprooted here and went to live down there. And that caused a little strife between my mother and I, but I mean, everything's been worked out.
Under current law, getting a marriage license between 15 and 17 requires only the signature and consent of a parent. Under the proposed law, it would take it out of the hands of parents and put the decision in the hands of a judge.
And the judge needs to be comfortable that there is no coercion, no forcefulness going in, no trafficking, any component for either side, whether it's the boy or the girl, to make sure that it is a willing, agreeable, voluntary scenario.
Representative Bill White added the amendment for teens to appear before a judge, but in a last-ditch attempt, the bill's author added a different amendment to another bill to ban marriage for anyone under 16, taking judges out of the picture. White disagrees with eliminating exceptions.
Why would we want to force a child to be born out of wedlock when everybody, the families, and both the parents want that child to be born in wedlock?
Sheena doesn't think her mom could have stopped her, but believes a judge could have.
Sometimes it's not your parents that you listen to. Sometimes you have to have something bigger saying no, you're not ready.
Caroline doesn't think judges should be involved at all.
A judge who is not familiar with the situation or the age difference, if it's a situation like that, shouldn't have a say in who gets to live the rest of their life with another person.
Caroline had a miscarriage on their wedding day, but she and Noah stuck with their decision.
From the beginning, I knew that I loved Noah, so the marriage was real for me from the start.
It was a pretty hard decision, but it was worth it. It was well worth it. I love you.
7 years later, they have 2 children together.
Marriage is hard at any age.
And they admit there were years of struggle till she turned 18.
Finances were very difficult because at the time I was 15, I couldn't even legally hold a full-time job.
Her only regret?
I do think, well, what if I went to prom, or what if we had a wedding? I do think that, think about my dad walking me down the aisle.
For Shayna,
It was embarrassing to tell people that you were married in high school and divorced before your senior year.
Sweet girl.
both women would prefer their own daughters wait.
I tell my daughter 28. You're allowed to marry at 28. So yeah, I just think you need to live. You need to learn who you are before you sit down and decide that you're going to be someone's spouse, someone's significant other.
Choose to marry someone before they choose to have a child with someone. But if that doesn't work out, then I'll be here and I've paved the way and I know what the deal is. But it is not for everyone, but it was for us.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
100 times over.
Under a new amendment passed Wednesday, 16-year-olds could still marry with permission, but no one under that age. No exceptions. Representative White still fights to have judges involved. Tonight at 10, we meet child brides who tied the knot at 14 and find out why the bills also ban marriages between anyone 21 to those under 17. Lisa Oligas, KOAM News.